Now go to the Quran and ask, and go to the Hadith and ask. The Quran says, Allahu nuru samawati wal ard. In modern science now this is understandable. If the final stages or if the original condition of matter was something like the vibrations of light, that imperceptible light which cannot be seen, but in its nature it can only be called light, then the creator of this universe must also be called light. Because light can proceed only from light and not from darkness. Therefore, Allahu nuru samawati wal ard. Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. All right. Then go to the Hadith and ask the Holy Prophet ﷺ as to what was happening at that time when this creation took place. He says, Kana Allahu wa lam yakum ma'ahu shay. That was the original state. Nothing could be posited except Allah. There was a stage of existence when nothing could be posited except Allah. Kana Allahu wa lam yakum ma'ahu shay. Then he says that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala willed this world to come into being. The Quran says that is the process of creation in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala creates everything. إِنَّمَا أَمْرُهُ إِذَا أَرَادَ شَيْئًا أَن يَقُولَ لَهُ كُنْ فَيَكُونُ. The process of creation with God is that is simply when He wills it to be, the simple command goes, kun, be, and lo, it becomes. It's not like the human being. A human being has got to collect materials for manufacturing a thing. And those materials also are not created by the human being. They are only placed in certain positions, in certain relationship with one another. You see, then only creation takes place in the hands of man. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is as-samad. He is the absolute. He is the originator of all things. Badi'u as-samawati wal ard and Fatiru as-samawati wal ard, as the Holy Quran says. So the process of creation is innama amruhu idha arada shay'an an yaqula lahu kun fayakun. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when the Holy Prophet ﷺ says, Kana Allahu wa lam yakum ma'ahu shay. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, according to the Holy Quran, is Al-Hayy and Al-Qayyum. The self-existent and the self-subsistent. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the source of all life. And consequently, His existence personified. He is the existence. Not only is He self-existent, but He is the existence from which life flows. All right? Sure, you will admit that. Everyone will admit it and does admit it. Now, when the Holy Prophet ﷺ says that there was a stage in existence when Kana Allahu wa lam yakum ma'ahu shay, then imagine it, what it means. It means that there was existence on the one hand and non-existence on the other. Wa lam yakum ma'ahu shay means that there was non-existence by the side of God. God alone existed. Is it clear? Follow it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is light. Allahu nuru samawati wal ard. Therefore, non-existence is darkness. Or Adam is darkness. Wajood is light. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is wajibul wujood according to the most conservative Muslim thinkers. He is the wajood or existence. And there was the Adam beside him. As the Holy Prophet says, Kana Allahu wa lam yakum ma'ahu shay. Alright? Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala willed this world to become or to exist. How? We know from the Quran that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala employs His will. إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول إذا أراد شيئا. This irada is there. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala willed this world to become, then for our imagination, the only possible way for us to imagine how it must have happened, remember this, for our imagination, reality is known to God. But whatever we can infer from the Quran and the Hadith is that because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is light, therefore His will is light. And the light of His will fell on the canvas of darkness or of non-existence. And when it fell on the canvas of darkness, a point of light was created, as you create a point of light with your torch when you throw the light of the torch in intense darkness in the night. Now the Holy Prophet ﷺ says, the hadith is in the Siyah, incontrovertible absolutely, that the first thing which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created was the light of the Holy Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. How must it have taken place? This is also mentioned in the hadith. That when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to create this world, He said, Kul Muhammada. He didn't say Kul Dunya. No. Kun Al-Alam. No. The first word which came in this cosmos to echo was Muhammada. Kul Muhammada. And this point of light came into existence. This is the Nurul Awwal, or the first light in entire creation. And the light came from God. As it is said, Ana min nurillahi wal khalqu kulluhum. This light, mind you, is not God. It is not a part of God, because the God's personality is indivisible. What is it? That also you should understand, because here many people say, oh, if we believe like this, although it is given there in the hadith and so on, it is a shirk. It is not. I'll explain this to you scientifically. There is the sun on the sky. Experiment it right now. What is shirk and what is not shirk? The sun is there. Take a convex lens. Convex lens. Focus the convex lens before the sun, so that the convex lens absorbs the rays of the sun. When it absorbs the rays of the sun, then a small sun is created on the surface of the convex lens. The form is the same, is the form of the sun. With all that brightness and all those rays going out, and impossible for you to look at it, just as it is impossible for you to look at the sun. Place the palm of your hand below it. There is light and there is heat. These are the two characteristics of the sun. These are the two qualities of the sun, that the sun gives light and the sun gives heat. This convex lens, which in its nature is cold, it has neither light nor heat. When it is exposed to the sun, it starts behaving as a sun. It is not a sun. When the point of light emerged on the canvas of non-existence as the Noor Muhammadi, it was not that God's personality was divided and a portion came there, just as the personality of the sun is not divided. The sun remains where it is. The sun remains where it is, but its image comes with the same qualities. And this is the Abdullah, or slave of Allah. This is the slave of Allah. People say and they preach that to be the slave of Allah means is to be debased. They think just the opposite way. To be the slave of Allah means to absorb blessings from God. When this convex lens becomes the slave of the sun, when the convex lens becomes the slave of the sun, that is focuses itself right there and does not turn this way or that, then it absorbs the rays of the sun. If it does not focus, if it does not become the abd of the sun, it does not subject itself to the influences of the sun, it will remain cold as it is, just a piece of glass. But the moment it becomes slave, it focuses itself before the sun in a manner whereby it can absorb the rays of the sun. It becomes a miniature sun. It becomes the repository of a miniature sun, giving both light and heat. This is the conception of Abdiyah in Islam. The conception of Abdiyah is not that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so bankrupt in giving blessings to mankind that the more a person becomes his abd, the more empty he becomes. This is a very wrong concept. This is a blasphemous concept. Of course, as I told you, that this sun which is created as an image, but with the properties of the sun on the surface of the convex lens, is a sun which is not al-hayyu al-qayyum. It is not a sun which is as-samad. It is dependent on the rays of the sun. It may continue to focus itself, but if clouds come between it and the sun, the sun that is created by the influence of the sun on the surface of the convex lens will not be there anymore. Similarly, if the clouds of disobedience to God intervene between God and His creature, then the creature loses its status of Abdiyah. And I'll further expound what is the status of Abdiyah according to the hadith given in the Sahih. And that will enable us all to understand the... All right. Why do you ask me to speak? Yes, another 10 minutes. Another 10 minutes. No, you see. You see, there is another engagement. Brother Mati is absolutely right in that. Don't think that in that way at all. He would love to hear this lecture for another 3 hours right here, you see, but there is another engagement. And engagements are to be kept by a Muslim. So you see, what Islamic theology says is that this first point of light came into existence, which was not God. It was not God, but it was from God. قَدْ جَاءَكُم مِّنَ اللَّهِ نُورٌ. Verily, to you has come He who is Noor from God. And He is the Holy Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. And as Einstein says that it was this point of light which evolved itself into this entire universe on the tapes of extension and duration, giving birth to space and time, because this world is spatio-temporal. Similarly says the hadith, Ana